Greetings, Colt Nation. Dr. Tanis, Comstock Superintendent here today at the construction site for our new STEM Academy. We're going to take a look. There's a lot on the outside that I can see visibly has changed since our last visit. Currently right over here to your left, you can see the administration section of the building. The windows are in. I'm at the front entrance, so let's go inside. We've come inside now, and I'm standing in what will eventually be Dr. Chop, the principal's office. You can see behind me the windows are in, and the camera is roughly at about the spot where the receptionist, our administrative assistant, will be, and over here to the right are other parts of this main office. So this is the staff lounge. And behind me is the main corridor. So staff will be able to be here in this section, relax, have their lunches, eat their coffee and donuts, and then enter the school through this doorway. Let's check it out. We've just stepped out of the staff lounge now. I'm in the main hallway. Over here to the left, down at the far end where we'll go next, is the upper elementary, the third through fifth grade wing. Behind me is the K2 lower elementary wing, and over here on the right is the middle school wing. So let's go check out the upper elementary. So I'm standing in the entrance to the upper elementary, the 3-5 wing. It's already been painted. Directly behind the camera is the entrance to the library, which we'll visit after this wing. But let's go check it out. As you may recall from previous videos, there used to be 3 openings for each room. The main viewing window, the reading nook, and there used to be an opening here. It's now been enclosed by the vertical unit ventilator. This is a heating and cooling system that disperses the air evenly throughout the building through ducts that are above to 4 different vents that come down into the room. This room clearly already has the ceiling tile rack in place, so there's been a lot of progress. It's fully painted and is coming along very nicely. This window frame is in place, and the window is behind the plastic as well. So a lot of progress has been made. Welcome to the library, a quite large room. As you can see over here to the left, the framework for the windows is now in place. It's covered by plastic, but that has been open for a long time. This is our first time ever coming and seeing it framed. You can see also there's a large amount of construction material in here, ductwork. Above, you can see the large tubing for the heating and air conditioning. Ductwork is in place. I'm just so excited to think of students in the future coming into this space, reading books, and learning more about the world. So, looks great. Welcome to the music room. Quite large space for our future music program. There's a lot of ductwork above that's ready to go. What are called clear story windows. Those are windows that don't open or close, but that are into rooms. Their panes are in place as well. But looking forward to hearing music and singing in this space in the next school year. Just to remind our audiences that each of the 3 wings has a theme. This is the hydro or water wing, the lower elementary. K2 program will be here behind me. Let's come take a look. Entering into the first room in the lower elementary wing, we find that this is in a similar condition as the upper elementary wing. The vertical unit ventilator is in place, the reading nook is here, and the glass pane is in for the viewing window. What's slightly different is they do have the ductwork in, as you can see above, but there is no ceiling rack for the ceiling tiles here. So that must be the next part of this project, would be to put that ceiling rack in. But again, a lot of progress has been made since our last visit. It'll be feeling like a room fairly soon. We're now in the art room. There's been a lot of progress made, but the windows here are framed, but the plastic is covering the opening. Currently, there are no window panes in this window. However, this is the hood to the eventual kiln. The kiln room is over here behind me on camera left. And then the storage, large storage art room is behind here. But this room will eventually be buzzing with all sorts of students learning and creating wonderful art projects, led by Janine Royce, our art teacher. Looking forward to seeing her in action here next year. This is the kitchen and cafeteria. Obviously, this is the cafeteria area where students will eat their lunches. Behind over here, the large opening is where the food service team will create the food and then serve it, the serving area. Over here, off camera, but to the right, is the main office and main entry corridor. And over here you can see between these three large openings is the gymnasium. The middle of the openings will be windows. The far left and right will be doorways for students to enter the gym. So currently the condition, a large staging area for a lot of construction, but eventually be the cafeteria. We've now stepped through the large opening, and this is the gymnasium. It will contain a one-court practice basketball and volleyball court combination. You can see right now there's a construction worker above on a scissors lift doing some work on the ceiling, but currently mostly a staging area for construction now that the winter is upon us and they need a place to work. This is eventually going to be, again, our gymnasium. I'm standing in the future space of the robotics program for the middle school. You can see ventilation and piping has been put in since our last visit. This is in the main corridor on the far west end of the building. A large viewing window directly behind the camera is the gymnasium, and over here is the cafeteria, so it's in the main hallway to see this view. But future robotics here. Wanted to take a moment to talk about what's going to be in the ceilings in the new school. Now there'll be a false ceiling which will cover all this piping, but you can see four main pipes that are white here. That's the insulation on the pipes. There is a cold water send and return and a hot water send and return for the air conditioning and heating systems. There are water pipes that are the copper that are also insulated. There's just also a large tray here for technology wiring. There's just a lot that's up here, but it's really critical to the success of the educational opportunities for the students to have climatized rooms and also the best technology available. So give you an example of what will be covered up above. No one will be able to see, but it's all up there doing its job. So we're in the middle school, a typical middle school room as they stand currently, and you can tell by looking around they're just not as far in terms of the construction process as the other two wings. There are windows in place and the vertical unit ventilator is in place. There is no duct work above, there's no ceiling rack, and the pipe supports are currently there but empty. So there's a lot of work to do to catch these rooms up to where the other wings are at, but there's been a lot of progress being made, especially with the windows in place. And you can see through the window, the elementary school, now that winter has hit and the leaves are down, the school is visible. That's how close our two twin schools will be. As we draw this visit to a close, I want to reach out and say thanks to the Colt Nation for your support of the 2022 bond that made this entire construction project possible. Without your support at Comstock Public Schools, we would not have this new school to look forward to for the coming 26-27 school year. So thank you again. If you care to like and subscribe and send this video to friends and neighbors, we appreciate your support and interest. Have a great day.